like on the Malayan team, we have a pretty standard setup, 5 heavy tanks. 3 of those going to be IS-3s, 1 Tiger 2, and a Carniven. And on the opposing team, CNMB, we do have a slightly unconventional setup. We do have 3 heavy tanks with actually 4 light tanks.
Yes, indeed, and amongst those light tanks, we've got 2 tier 8s, of course. We do have an AMX-13 that we've seen quite a lot since yesterday. And yes, as well, like, yeah, just for clarification's sakes, the Malaysian core tankers who are starting up on the northern section of the map, while their opponents from CNMB shall be attacking from the south.
Yep, and it looks like CNMB are trying to have control of that hill. They are pushing quite heavily towards that and just sending, 1 scout. Oh, and nice shot coming out.
Yes, indeed. The Ro32 tier 8 light tank that did manage to draw first blood and take out the T1. So yes, a brilliant shot, as a matter of fact. And player Yu Yi here from the CNMB side taking out that T1 player from the Malaysian core tankers.
Yep. And actually, I guess it could be a good strategy to have 2 light tanks to kind of push out really fast and take control of certain areas. And
if you can, yes, absolutely, just take out the the T1s earlier on. That could be a potentially a lethal strategy. And now we're actually watching kind of a stalemate. I do believe, like, yes, 1 heavy tank took some damage from that shot.
Yep. So you did take a little bit of damage, and we have a T1 and another T1 on both teams, kind of in this eastern city area.
Right. And right now we're taking a look at at player Catering from the Malaysian core tanker. Yes. Once again, as you said, squatting that village on the eastern northeastern parts of the map, and he's actually facing his Kaut opponent pretty much.
Yep, so I don't think they're going to push anywhere near here just yet. They
yes,
are just
open fire actually from CNMB, who's just waiting behind that building. He, of course, they have spotted each other as well. Don't really want to go out there.
Yeah, and
at the moment, yes, as we can see, basically the heavy tank squatting that midsection of the map, not going for that flat hill just as of yet. They're not just climbing it as of yet.
Yeah, I mean, both teams know that this hill is really crucial, so they're both just kind of camping around that hill area. They really want to take control of this, but they don't want to push out too hastily just yet, because they know that if they just push up there, then they're just going to get shot down.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, so a little bit of stalemate action. Let's take a look actually at some of the tanks that these guys are using. Yeah, and actually the IS-3 are really popular tank throughout this tournament. I'm pretty sure it's really popular online as well. I believe this tank was also really crucial on Himmelsdorf, was it?
Well, Himmelsdorf and Runeberg as well.
Yeah,
it's pretty solid all-around tier 8 heavy tank as well.
Yeah, and it's actually it's really good at close quarter combat. It's actually a quite fast tank for a heavy tank, and it has really high damage and really good penetration.
Well, in terms of sheer firepower, it does lose a little bit to the French AMX-50. However, in terms of armor, it's better suited as an all-round tank, pretty much. So for brawling, that's the kind of tank you want. And right now those 2 T1s are trying to take out one another, still hiding in behind those buildings in the village.
Yep.
However, I do remind you, like, if 1 additional T1, say, on the Malaysian core tanker side is taken down, that would be enough in terms. That would be enough to just seriously give them an advantage. And here we can see player Catering trying to retreat. As a matter of fact, he did take some damage, so he's going back to his initial starting position.
Yeah, he might actually go for that Western Island.
I think that's exactly what he's trying to do here. Perhaps just go for that Western Island we've been talking about throughout the shallow waters, trying to scout that area.
And a slight push coming out from both teams. They are slowly inching their ways, and a nice shot coming out. Another T1 getting taken out on the CNMB side. Yep, and a little bit more stalemate action. Both these 2 tanks have spotted each other. Just grazing, just missing that Tiger 2.
Well, no big surprise there. They both know where the opponent's coming from, and yeah, some movement here from the IS-3s and actually taking some damage while going around that building.
Yep, and actually they're trying to push out right here. The CNMB side are slightly on the defensive. They are slightly outgunned 3-2. Ooh, this actually could be a
Malaysian
battle.
Port Tiger, like just here, just charging in pretty much. Newbie Junior, who's just
Oh yeah, he's
oh, that's actually pretty brilliant because he was actually just behind cover. As a matter of fact, yeah, that was a nice push. He's being careful not to be flanked.
Yeah, and he's actually really abusing that angle because if he moves past the tanks, then the turret hole has to move to aim and shoot that IS-3.
Indeed, and he's taking plenty of punishment here. He's on the brink of death, and there you go, he's being taken out, but he did inflict quite a bit of damage on one of the 110s as well.
Yeah, little bit hasty move coming out from the Malaysians. I think they pushed a little bit too early. I feel they could have waited, or they could have pushed in a different manner.
Yes, indeed, and now they're down 2 heavy tanks, so yeah, that Tiger 2 has been taken out, as well as that IS-3, another IS-3 being taken out as well, so now they're it's pretty much one-sided affair, if you ask me.
Yeah. Actually, I really admire the Malaysian strategy. What they're trying to do is they're trying to surround the CNMB team.
Oh, the flanking was beautiful, absolutely. It's just they just had to survive that initial onslaught, pretty much, and because their enemies were spotted, they were just waiting for backup, which was swift to come.
Yeah, and actually the enemy base capture is going on, a little over 50 now.
And now,
pretty grim for the Malaysians. Yeah, I don't think there's anything the Malaysians can do. All of their tanks are in this hill area, whereas the CNMB do have one of their T1 scouts in the enemy base. Almost gonna cap this. About a little over 70 now. And yeah, I think all CNMB needs to do is just, they can do pretty much whatever they want.
Well, at this point, yes, they could bully their way through, but I don't think they're going to take any chances. They're just waiting for this capture, which will happen.
Yes.
There's no way those heavy tanks will have enough time to come back.
Yeah,
and
so
actually, they're just getting pretty much destroyed.
7 points left. 5 points left. And this looks like it will be game.
And there you go.